I just got a SabotHeat Mini Oven. Let's open it up and let's check it out. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. So I bought this on Amazon yesterday. It was $19.99. I thought that was a good deal on it. About a week or two ago when I checked on these, they were sold out. They're completely out of stock. And I made a mental note to, check again in the future. And then when I checked yesterday, they were back in stock and they were 50% off. So I pulled the trigger and I bought one, and I want to check it out. I want to see what it's about. I've watched quite a few videos about this appliance. It looks really good, so let's give it a try. So here's the box. On the back, it says that this is 120 volt AC, 30 watts to 110 watts, model VPB01A, household use only. Disconnect from power before cleaning. Do not immerse in water. Do not plug into an outlet with the voltage other than 110 to 120 volts AC, 60 hertz. Do not use while bathing or swimming. Do not use with a damaged power cord or plug. Do not touch the heated surface when loading, unloading a meal. Do not allow children to play with or around their device. After use, always unplug the device. Okay, all really common sense things. It's a very thick box. So this is what it looks like. It's very similar in size and shape to a Hot Logic. This has a handle on top, which is nice. And then it looks like there is a shoulder strap that can be attached to it. That's nice also. It has two zippers. And the top opens on the side, which is different than the Hot Logic. And then here we have the power cord, and this is another thing that's different from the Hot Logic. You can actually set different temperatures on this and set a timer. So that's a nice feature, and that's really what I want to test out today. And then here we have the operation manual. It's a bit wrinkled. So they show the SabotHeat Mini Oven Pro Plus family, which is actually what this is. I didn't know it came in all these different colors. Yeah, I didn't see those as an option. So it works really similar to a Hot Logic. You have a heating plate in like a cooler bag. And then this says heats up fast. It takes about 90 seconds for the device to rise to 100 degrees with heating level 6. Getting started guide, heating controller introduction. It says, please note, heating level 6 will reach super high temperature within minutes. If you use 3-hour auto off timer, your food may not be tasted well due to overcooked. All right, whoever wrote this doesn't really know English. It is suggested to set heating level 6 within a half hour to 1 hour auto off time. You can refer to our cooking and reheat tips at page 8 to 9 for suitable setting. So that is one of the main differences between this and a Hot Logic, is that on the higher settings, this is cooking at a higher temperature than the Hot Logic. So things can probably potentially burn or dry out. So for power consumption, it uses from 30 watts to 110 watts. I don't know if anywhere in this book it says exactly how many watts per power level. Gives you reheating tips. Oh, here it is. So for heating level 1, it uses 30 watts. Heating level 2 uses 40 watts. Heating level 3 uses 50 watts. Heating level 4 uses 60 watts. Heating level 5 uses 75 watts. And then heating level 6 uses 110 watts. So that's a big jump between 5 and 6. If I remember correctly, I think the Hot Logic Mini cooks around 45 watts. And I think the larger Hot Logic cooks around 65 watts. It says the final temperature of each heating level can reach 130 degrees Celsius. And the only difference is the heating speed. So now I have to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. I don't know what 130 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit, but it seems pretty hot. So 130 degrees Celsius is 266 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a lot hotter than the Hot Logic Mini, which heats up to about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So another difference between this and the Hot Logic is that this has taller sides, which is nice if you want to pack like additional food other than just what you plan on heating up with the Hot Logic. So one of the issues that I had with the Hot Logic when I used to take it to work with me is that I would only be able to fit the container of food in it that I wanted to heat up. If I also wanted to bring some snacks with me or a beverage or something, I had to bring it in a separate bag or separate container. But since this has higher sides, maybe I could actually fit more than just whatever I want to heat up in here. And it does come with a shoulder strap. This was underneath the heating element. So this is what it looks like once the heating element is properly installed. You have to take the power cord and work it through this hole here, so the power cord is outside of the unit. So let's see if we could do a quick side-by-side comparison. This is my Hot Logic Mini. I've had it for years. It works great. It's well loved. And this is the new SabotHeat that I just got. As you can see, it's nearly twice as tall as the Hot Logic. They do both have handles on top. This one opens to the side and this one opens like on the top. They both have similar heating elements inside. My Hot Logic has been worn quite a bit due to so much use. If I put them both together, they are basically the same exact size. So the heating elements are the same exact size. So one of the other differences is the insulation. This has like a smooth insulation and this one is more textured. They feel like they're around the same thickness. Maybe the SabotHeat is a little bit thicker. It's hard to tell, again, because this is just much older and well used and this is brand new. And of course, the main and primary difference is the SabotHeat can get hotter, therefore cook faster. One other difference is that in the Hot Logic, because it cooks at a lower temperature, you can put something in here that's in plastic. You could put something in here that's in paper. The paper is not going to burn. The plastic's not going to melt. So there are more options when it comes to cooking containers. With the SabotHeat, because it does heat up at a higher temperature, you really should only use glass or metal. So here's the SabotHeat, and here is my Pyrex container that I would use in my Hot Logic. And there's still some space on top of it. So let's see. Let's pretend I was going to my office and I had like lunch in here that I was going to heat up. What would I bring for a snack? Let's see, sometimes I would bring a banana. Maybe I'd want to bring an orange. This is one of my favorite snacks right now, peeled roasted chestnuts. So let's see, I could put a bag of these in here. And will it also hold a bottle of water? So let's see, can I put a bottle of water in here? Look at all that. So I have 2 pieces of fruit, a snack in a bag, you know, that could be chips or whatever, and a bottle of water. And if I wanted to put some utensils, napkins, paper towels, any of that, there's room. And it zips up. So that right there is like a game changer when it comes to this SabotHeat versus the Hot Logic for bringing lunch to an office, for example, or even if I was traveling and I wanted to bring lunch or dinner with me. This is awesome because it fits so much more. I'm trying to see, oh, look, there is a pocket in the front here. There's a pocket here, so if I wanted to, I could potentially put some utensils or, you know, even some like napkins, paper towels in here. I wonder if it would fit a bottle of water. And then what's over here? This is, oh, this is where the plug comes out. And then on this side, there's another little pocket. Check that out. If I wanted to maybe put some tea bags, something like that. So I really, really like this just because it fits more and it does have like these nice compartments, and it also does have the shoulder strap. Now I do have the other Hot Logic also. So this one is my Hot Logic XL. This has different features from the Hot Logic Mini. As you can see, it's a little bit taller. It's almost as tall. It's almost as tall as the SabotHeat. So this is the inside of the Hot Logic Mini XL. The sides are a little bit taller than a regular Hot Logic, and they're this smooth insulation. And what makes this one different from a regular Hot Logic is can you see that? So the top unzips and opens up to a tote bag. So then you have like all of this space on top to bring like snacks or other food items. Can you see how you have a tote bag on top and then on the bottom is the Hot Logic? So I really like this, but obviously when you open it up, this is much, much bigger than the SabotHeat is. So as far as compactness and portability, the SabotHeat is nice, but this Hot Logic Mini XL does have more features than a regular Hot Logic. It does not have a shoulder strap, and it does not have any compartments on the outside. Another thing is that this Hot Logic does not have the temperature controls, but this Hot Logic is probably more comparable to a SabotHeat than the regular Hot Logic Mini, and this was more money than a regular Hot Logic Mini. So as far as price goes, to be able to get the SabotHeat for $19.99, that was a better deal. I think this was like $49.99. I want to give the SabotHeat a test run, so I have 2 eggs in this Pyrex container. I'm going to put the lid on, but I'm only going to put it like partially on. I'm going to leave this top area open a little bit. They say you want to do that to let some steam escape. I put it in the SabotHeat. I'm going to zip it up. I turned it on. It's on level 1 and it is on 180 minutes. So those like 3 S's, it looks like a heating symbol when it's blinking. I can increase the heating level. So we're going to heat it on level 6. And then we're going to we'll take the timer down to 30 minutes. I don't think I'm going to need 30 minutes. So anyway, it's on level 6. I'm going to set a timer and then we'll see how long it takes to cook these eggs. I'm going to check back in, I don't know, let's see if it'll cook the eggs in 10 minutes. And yes, I do know that every time I open this, heat will escape from it and lengthen the cooking time, but I'm really interested in seeing how fast this cooks without overcooking the eggs. So while I'm waiting, I decided to read this operation manual. And yeah, it says you definitely want to make sure that whatever container you're cooking your food in is not completely sealed. You want to make sure that the cover is loose on it. The other thing that I thought was really weird, other than just like bad English throughout, is the recipes in the back. So there's a recipe for mac and cheese, but the recipe requires like a stove. It's not how to make mac and cheese in this appliance. It says in a large pot, bring the milk to a boil. Now, this manual says that you really can't boil water in the SabotHeat. The way that these cooking instructions are, it clearly indicates this is not a recipe to be made in the SabotHeat. Same thing for the banana pancakes. The banana pancakes say heat a non-stick skillet over medium heat. So you need a stove for that also. So these recipes are just really weird, because why are you putting recipes in here that you can't make in the SabotHeat? It should have recipes that you can make in the SabotHeat. Omelet in a mug. This looks like a microwave recipe because it says combine all ingredients in a bowl mug and then cook for 2 to 3 minutes, making sure it doesn't bubble over. To me, that sounds like a microwave recipe. And then we have chicken nachos. You can make these with a rotisserie chicken. So yeah, you're gonna put barbecue sauce on your chicken, and then you're going to spread it over tortilla chips with cheese and scallions and salsa. And then it says, then microwave for 1 to 3 minutes or place into mini oven with high heating level. So this is the first recipe that even mentions the mini oven. Just bizarre, like really bizarre. It's been 10 minutes now. I'm gonna peek inside and see what's going on inside of here. It feels really warm on the outside. Let's see if the eggs have cooked at all. Look at that. Yeah, I would say the eggs are, I don't know, maybe a third cooked. So we'll put the cover back on, and I'm thinking the full half hour would probably be good for the eggs. Here on the timer, if you could see, it says 19. There's 19 minutes left. I'll let it cook the 19 minutes. I wonder if this makes like a timer noise when it gets down to 0. I don't know, we'll see. It's been almost 20 minutes. There's still 11 minutes on the timer. And I wanted to peek at this because I was watching my video where I made an egg in the HotLogic Mini and it took 40 minutes to cook. So I'm thinking maybe this would only take 20 minutes to cook. And look, yep, these eggs, they're cooked and it's less than 20 minutes. So maybe it only takes, I don't know, 15 minutes to cook eggs in this. I'm gonna unplug it. This is cooked really nicely. Maybe in that one corner there, that one corner looks a little bit maybe undercooked. I'm gonna grab a spatula. So what I did not do is I did not grease the glass container. So I'm wondering if everything's stuck. Yeah, there's a bit of sticking. Can I get it out without breaking the yolk? So around the edges are a little bit soft still, so I'm gonna leave that one in there. And let's see if it'll continue to cook on residual heat. Actually, I just plugged it in. Let's cook this for like another 5 minutes or so. Meanwhile, here's the egg that I just took out of the SabotHeat. This is like the 20-minute egg. And let's see. So the yolk is barely runny. So I think 20 minutes is a good amount of time for an egg. Yeah, it's nicely cooked. So I'm gonna enjoy this with some avocado, banana slices, and orange slices. This is my breakfast today, and I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll check on the other egg. It's been about another 8 or 9 minutes, so let's open this up. And that's what's going on with the egg. If I shake it, there's no like wobbly bits. So let's unplug that. Let's see how well this comes out. There's definitely a bit of sticking. So here's the second egg. This was cooked for about 30 minutes in the SabotHeat. And let's cut into the yolk. It's going to be much firmer than the last one. So the yolk is still soft, but it's not runny at all. The yolk is actually more solid than it is soft. So for someone who likes a runny egg, I would definitely cook it for only around 20 minutes on level 6. But if you like more of like a hard yolk, like a hard boiled kind of yolk, then yeah, you want to do at least 30 minutes. But it's perfectly fine, perfectly edible, perfectly enjoyable. And so that is my unboxing and review of the SabotHeat Mini Oven. It works really well. It's very similar to a HotLogic. I also included a bit of a comparison to several HotLogics. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see what else can be cooked in this SabotHeat Mini Oven. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye. One thing I do have to mention with regard to the egg that was cooked longer is that some of the egg white was kind of rubbery. I don't know if it's because this appliance cooks at a higher temperature, but the first egg that I cooked was definitely more enjoyable. So I'd probably max out the cooking time for an egg at maybe like 25 minutes.